Hello, everybody. And tonight, my special and wonderful guest is Thom Woodruff, the poet extraordinaire. Yay!
Yay! Chaos! Woohoo!
Let me turn off my music here.
Sure.
So I'm so happy. Tell us about this sign that you're holding up, Thom.
Well, there are two magical people in Round Rock, and they're coming to have the first reading at the new Round Rock Library this Saturday between 1:30 and 3 p.m. I'm talking
Mhm.
about E.B. Staples and Nadine Flowers. They're quite astonishing people, really positive. They have all-inclusive open mics from womb hatched fresh children to the elders ancestors of our time, and that's on 1:30 to 3 p.m. at the new Round Rock Library, April 15th. 2023 Poetry in Motion.
Wow. Okay. That was really good. So
Yeah,
everybody check this sign out one more time. One more time with that sign.
there we go.
Okay, so let's get into this. And I still can't find my mouse. Uh so I don't know if you guys have seen the previous video that I did with Thom, but I met Thom, was it 2019?
Oh, that was only 4 years ago. I'm sure we met before that.
Really? I thought it was about 2019 because I remember meeting you at a library in far north Austin. What was the name of that library?
Recycle reads.
Recycled Reads, right. And so who started talking to who first?
Well, we both like talking to each other, so that never stops. But I don't know who was first. It doesn't really matter. What matters is we found each other, and now we're continuing the conversation.
Right. So he was there doing poetry, and that was my first time going to Recycled Reads. And we just struck up a conversation. And then he told me about a poetry group, but that place is no longer there. It closed during a pandemic. It was what was that pub? Something British pub. What was it?
Oh, Full English Cafe. Full English Cafe.
Yeah. So he told me about Full English Cafe and how everybody was meeting up over there. And so I went, and I was real nervous to go the first time because I didn't really consider myself a poet at that time. I was still trying to find my way as a poet. And so, and I was like, oh no, these people have been doing this for a long time. And I was like, oh no, I'm gonna go in here with these professional poets, and and they're gonna laugh at me. I had this whole thing going on in my head about, how I wasn't gonna be accepted. And it wasn't like that. It wasn't
No,
like that at all.
nope. Friendly, furry people. Really nice.
Yes, everybody was really nice to me. And that's how Tom and I got to be friends. So
Wonderful thing. And all the things we do are open, living, and free, like your world, Janine's world, is open, living, and free. And you expose people to others that they wouldn't necessarily know about. Like poetry is a hidden language in the world of technology and the world of competition, companies, corporations, profit, and greed. So poetry is just a little surprising little thing that just pops up, and suddenly people are, oh, there's poetry. I thought that died with my grandmother. No, it lives. And that's why we're doing 30 readings in 30 days for National Poetry Month. And so far, today is the 13th. We've done 16 different readings in 13 days. And we'll have 30 readings by the time it comes to the Table Rock Poetry Festival in Salado on April 29th between 2 o'clock and 9 o'clock, open, living, and free. People will see poetry from Waco, Round Rock, from Australia, from England, from everywhere. It's going to be super fun. at the
Okay.
Table Rock Theatre, Royal Street, Salado, 2 to 9.
Okay.
We're
Tell us
hoping
a
you
little
make
bit
it.
more about how April became
Yeah.
Poetry Month. How did that happen?
I don't know, but I think it's something to do with spring. It's something to do with resurrection of the human spirit. It's something to do with optimism and greenery. It's something to do with life force and energy. After the dullness of winter, coming into green, April, spring, T.S. Eliot said, April is the cruelest month, breeding lilacs and despair. But he was a sad git anyway. And we are happy people. And that's why April is our chance to do as much public poetry as possible. Yesterday, I went to Dripping Springs Library, and with the 12 Dripping Springs poets, we recreated the circle of entertainment, which we laughingly call open mics. And going back there to a house on 23rd of April to have a more personal relationship with people. We sit down, talk, eat, drink, be merry, and do poetry. And there's private readings and there's public readings, but I love the public ones because you can invite the whole world in, like the parable of the wedding feast. When people won't respond to your invitation, you go out in the street and say, hey, everybody, there's a poetry reading. Come on in, cause trouble. And they do.
You said cause trouble. Is that what you said?
I wondered if you were listening. That's why.
I heard that cause trouble part. That did not go past me. You thought you were going to slip it past me, but it didn't.
You've got a very good filter there. It's really great. No, like we've got new venues. Because there is no Poets Cafe as yet, and there is no Poets Library as yet, we have to be hermit crabs and go to other people's open mics, like music open mics, and do poetry in the middle of the music or with the music. So we've got Monday nights at Freddo's at the corner of Old Torf and South Lamar. We've got Wednesday nights at Opars, which is replacing our Wednesday night venue of Cherrywood Coffee Shop because they're preparing for Eeyore's birthday. So we're going to Opa on Wednesday nights. We've got, today I did the Lazy Days gathering of Molly's Poets, where we sit down and write together. It's just near the old Full English Cafe and Strange Brew. And we also do on Sunday nights, Kick Butt Coffee Shop, live for the last 17 years over 3 venues. There is life on earth, but you have to go looking for it.
Mm-hmm. And all this is in the Austin area. So I just want the listeners to know.
No, truly. Round Rock Library is outside. Dripping Springs Library is outside. San Marcos has Wake the Dead. So truly, and Temple Live Poets, I just came off the broadcast then.
Oh, hello?
I'm here. I
don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
No,
I was trying to click on you. I was trying to click on you so people could see your face more.
Whoa, I'm gone.
But
back.
Somehow
it's all right. It's all Photoshop. This is a fake image. I'm not on Facebook.
I hear some music going on. What is that?
That's from your area. I haven't got any music at all except in my heart.
Okay, hold on. I don't know what that was.
It's exciting, isn't it? This is truly live. This is really happening. We don't know what's happening. I like it. I don't
know what that was. All of a sudden, my phone just started playing music. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, we're here. We're humans.
That's crazy. So,
there was an English poet called Adrian Mitchell. He was a really good poet. And he said, most people ignore most poetry because most poetry ignores most people. And there was a poet called Leonard Cohen, and he said, silence after the cricket's cry, next the silence when even the cricket hesitates.
Say that one again. Say that one more time.
Certainly. Silence after the cricket's cry, next the silence when even the cricket hesitates.
Okay, I'm not sure if I got that one. I'm trying to.
It's a Zen Koan. It's a really good one. You got to watch out for silence because it's a language in itself. You've got angry silence, you've got happy silence, you've got contented silence, you've got premature silence, you've got waiting for something to happen silence, and they're all different levels of silence. You know how you go into the depth of meditation, and there's the alpha dreaming, and then the beta dreaming, and all the different levels within us. And same with silence. There's a silence just between words, but then if you go real quiet, a deeper silence comes in.
Like, what?
Oh, yes, 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 yes. So,
Do me a favor, Tom. Move over
yeah,
because the light on your face is too bright.
okay,
Maybe
okay,
move
I see.
over.
Okay, there I am. Here, I'm moving
There,
over.
that's
I've
better.
moved. Okay.
Yeah, that's a lot better because that light was just like hitting you so hard. So now I can see you a
Oh, it
lot
didn't
better.
hurt. Didn't hurt at all. It was perfectly wonderful. The light caresses. It's really good. We're all made of light. Some of us have different colors and flavors, but it's all still light. That's why I can't. I often wonder why are you excluding vanilla from your flavors? Why are you excluding chocolate or brown or aubergine or violet? What's with people? What's wrong with green men? They're perfectly wonderful green people. Ah, you did again. There you are. Just making sure you yeah, that's really good.
Tom, you mess with my head tonight.
That's my job. That's my job. That's my job. I'm here. No boring. No boring poetry. No boring lifetime. This is very, very important. To,
you mess you're
I,
messing with my head tonight. So
oh well,
what have you
I'm yeah. I'm listening.
what have you been up to?
Okay, let me tell you.
What is it? Wait,
Okay,
wait, wait. What is a day in the life of Tom like? That's what I want to know.
okay.
What's a day in the life with
Let's
Tom?
take let's take today. Today is Thursday, right? Today
Mm-hmm.
was only one reading. No, three readings actually. This is the third one. First one was at Lazy Day CBD shop down there at 5335 Menchak, where from 1 to 3, Molly comes in with prompts and we sit down and write what Molly tells us to, and we do it in our
Mm-hmm.
own way. And then we staple them together and serve it up to the next group next week as an instant anthology. That was this afternoon between 1 and 3. Then at 6 o'clock, I joined the Temple Live Poets from Temple, Texas, on a Facebook Live presentation, which only finished a few minutes ago, right? And this is the third one. That's a typical day, 3 readings.
Mm.
See?
Okay.
See? Uh-huh. And
Day in the
I
life.
know this is lots of skills, lots of wonderful things. But the nice thing I want to affirm is that there are places and spaces where things can happen. If I could share that with you about spring, may I, Janine?
Go
May I?
ahead. Yeah.
Spring forward. Love this resurrection. Optimism, organizing, environmental care, rewilding. Love the egg and the rabbit, fecund and frolicsome. I love the waters of Barton Springs, the trees of Zilka Park. Love people's use of community parks, not car parks. I love full moons, planetary alignments, astrological configurations, as above, so below. I love spring rain, re-greening drought areas again. I love gardens and greenery, providing new scenery. I love this bounce, bounce, bounce of new energies, grasses rising in anarchy. Love the seeding of future harvest with seed banks and libraries awaiting us. Love the brightness of fresh air and the sparkle of raindrops on leaves. I love these seasons with reasons for natural alignments. I love the elements calling out for all of us to dance. So we spring forward in spring flings of National Poetry Month. 30 live readings in 30 days with more Zooms in between. Spring is my favorite green dream. Ying!
All right.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
That
oh
was
yeah, oh
really
yeah.
good. That was good. You got
Yeah.
something else for us? I know that's not the only thing you
Oh
bought. What
yeah,
else
oh
you?
yeah, oh yeah. I sure have. This is called Content in Our Own Skins. We are not yet confined to rest homes, prisons, schools, careers, or rationality. Trajectories of desire above abilities, in skins that are not the approved melanin. What dreams we have are still possible, even if and when advanced age and limits move in and squat in our emptied room abilities. Outside and around, our friends fall down. Limits move in. Cages are not pages of artificial adulation, more the realization that what is possible is less than before. Thinner newspapers, flickering health factors. This has nothing to do with empty bell fame. Ring what can be wrung from daily dishwasher lives. Our lives are clean and clear and sparkling tonight. There
It
you
was
go.
really good.
I
How
got
did
one
you
more
learn?
for you. Yeah.
Let me ask the question. How did you learn how to write poetry?
I
How
didn't.
did what was
I
the
did.
process?
I got to tell you, I'm a complete fraud, Janine. I am not a writer. I'm a speaker. I started chanting and ululating at a festival in my home country, and musicians came behind me, and they started improvising with me. Like tonight, there's a jazz thing at Kenny Dorham's backyard that I'm normally a part of. I'm here with you now, but we improvise poetry to improvise music. And that's how the original chant and response from Africa started, where people would, hey, oh, don't you want to be alive? Yes, sir, I want to be alive. Well, now, better be alive now. Yes, ma'am, we will be alive now. So I did that, and then I formed a band called Poor Tom's Poetry Band and had very strict rules. The first rule was anyone that turned up was in the band. The second rule was don't repeat yourself, don't repeat yourself, don't repeat yourself, don't repeat yourself. And the third rule was ignore the first two rules. So we lasted for a while, and we performed in parks and gardens and all over my hometown then. And then people said, hey, you know, people don't remember a word you say. They forget as soon as they turn away. And they, well, what will I do? I asked them. They said, put it on paper and give it to people. So I started giving out poetry on the street for 15 years, and on the main street and in the Burke Street Mall. And I gave out up to 5,000 sheets of poetry a day. I'd work, turn my mind to poetry, give it away, work, turn my mind to poetry, give it away. And that preserved my life because I wasn't crazy. I wasn't trying to get anywhere. I wasn't political. I was just happy. And I wanted to express. So I printed anyone's poetry and gave it away. So after that, people said to me, people throw your poetry away. They put it in the trash bin. They don't keep it. You need to do books. So I listened to them, and I've done 200 books of poetry. I think you may have one or two, and gave those away. And then people said to me, you know, no one reads anymore. You better get back to performing. So now I'm improvising at any moment of life with anyone who will join in harmony. Full circle.
Mm, wow, that's a lot. That's pretty cool.
It's just the beginning. It's just the beginning. Can I share a little one with you?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
If I cannot be a bird with winged thoughts, snatching blue skies from clouds to make a twig tree nest, then I will be earthed, brown feathered sparrow, dirt pecking, stumble footed pigeon, closer to my endings than beginnings. Otherwise, my wings are these thoughts that lift my life into blue through dark storms that threaten all nests, wild winds that shake my earth tree foundations to the ground. I know I will be earthed. My wings are small against tall skies. If I cannot be a bird, at least in my mind, I can still fly.
Ooh, that was good. I really
I was
enjoyed that.
prompted by seeing, I saw a butterfly sanctuary and a bird sanctuary, and it was covered with cages, right, to keep the birds in. But what I saw was the ones who were inside the cage giving food to the feral birds outside the cage. And that
Mm,
really impressed me. You know, that was the second time birds have really come. One time I was hitchhiking and I saw a little sparrow dancing to its own reflection in a hubcap. And 20 years
mhm.
later, I'm in a nightclub, and all these black sailors have come in from the ships in the harbor, and they're dancing with all the women, but there's not enough women around. So some of the sailors are dancing to their own reflection in the mirrors of the nightclub.
Mm,
Same image, 20 years apart. Life repeats
mhm.
itself. Life repeats itself. Life repeats itself. Life repeats itself. So,
You're a deep
no, shallow and superficial.
I think you're deep. I think you're deep.
No, that's because you're deep, because you've got fantastic skills. It's really good. We love it when you come and blow us away with opera. That is just so different to anyone else's offering at an open mic. You just come and you just lift us up, and then you streak away, and it's just amazing. It's wonderful.
Oh man, that's really cool. That's really good to hear. I like that. I appreciate you saying that to me. Um,
That's true.
well, I'm glad you think that because sometimes I don't. Um, well, I told you, about growing
Yes,
up and
that's
being
true.
told to be quiet all the time. Shut up, shut up, shut
Yeah.
up. So
Yep. Yep.
yeah.
Nah, sing it, sing it, sing it good. Oh, I got a poem about that. It's
Okay.
called Certain Souls. Certain souls, they kiss the light in every lover's eye. You recognize them by the passion which propels them as they try to light the night, to break the ice, to make the real worth dreaming about. Take Billie Holiday, Edith Piaf, Ma Rainey, Bessie Smith, Janis Joplin, all fought against the odds. They won and they lost, their pockets picked by managers and conned by men. Still they sang as if in a gas chamber. They gave their lives to stop the danger. On the front row of civilization, you could see them brave Olympians with their flame burning. But if you met them backstage, after hours, before nostalgia coated them, you would have been puzzled at their unremarkable natures. Step upon the stage tonight, release and sway tonight. Watch how the world changes. There are certain souls who kiss the danger and tell every stranger the deepest secrets. They whisper and sing with brave exploring the pain of their loss and their failure. Upon release, every poem becomes a prayer, a chant, an anthem. Upon release, every songbird of life is remembered as a lover and a gambler, because certain souls, I say certain souls must sing.
And that was good. I like that. Wow.
Hey, well, you do it. You do it.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Yes. Then, let's do it. Woo!
That was good. That got to me. You got to me on that one. That was really good.
I'm so glad. That's because all those people brave, they had nothing. They just gave nothing. They gave, like this one here. It's called Earth Day is Every Day. Look, we're all born with nothing. We leave the same way. The rest is excess baggage. If you own more than you can carry, you own too much. There is more space between us than material objects. Even space sings. Even planets sing. Ask Gustav Holst. We fill up space in paintings until prairies become real estate. Your estate is ashes in a plastic urn. Tell me, who owns your air, your water, your fire, your earth? For one day, we will remember our temporary status here as visitors and aliens, owning nothing, devastating everyone we touch with empires, possessions, domination, control, borders, laws, prisons, schools, obedience. But the wind still sings through us. Water still passes through us. Ars longa, vita brevis, earth before us and earth afterwards.
Oh, man. That was
Earth
great.
Day's coming up. We're going to do poetry in the parks on Earth Day and the Hancock Park. I'm part of what's called the rewilding group that wants to rewild, throw ACL out of Zilker Park and get it to F1 with a profit place and restore the parks to the people. Rewild them as they were before we trampled all over them for pop concerts that have no sense of the environment. So rewild Hancock Park, rewild Zilker Park, rewild every park so that you could see the park as it was before we came and destroyed things. So that's what we want.
Oh, that's good.
Earth Day, that's April 22nd, and the festival is on the 29th up in Salado. So there's plenty to come to if you're looking for signs of human life on this planet. But you have to go looking because it's too easy to be distracted by podcasts and Zoom rooms and websites and your little phone in your hand, which doesn't care about you, but you're always watching it because something might come up of significance. Doesn't. So out with the live ones as you do, Janine. It's wonderful when you turn up at the poetry reading.
I wanted to come on yesterday, but I was busy working on my book, the one that you edited.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for that too. That privilege and pleasure.
Yes, Go ahead.
Last night was astonishing. Amazing things happened with the live readings. Amazing things. Like we went to OPA because our normal Wednesday night live venue is Cherrywood Coffee House, but they are involved in Eeyore's birthday preparations. So we honor them and went to the other open mic on Wednesdays. And all these young people were there, right? They're young people with attitude and smartphones and tattoos and conversation there. And they're all chatting amongst each other. So I get up with my friend Vivid Nothing. He plays a Native American flute, right? Because he's part Navajo, part Apache. And he plays the flute, and I do poetry about the Austin that's gone from us forever. You'll never see these things again, like venues that we went to, like Full English Cafe and that. And even Recycled Reeds won't let poetry happen because they're scared of COVID. But they're quiet. They're all chattering like little birds to begin with. And for about 10 minutes, held them. And then they realized, wait a minute, my smartphone's talking to me. I got to talk to my phone. So they turned back their phones. But another thing happened on the Monday night, which is Fredo's ATX, corner of Old Torf and South Lamar. This woman comes up to me and she said, You remember? I say, what am I supposed to remember? You remember Rudemeyer, Hideout, Hideaway, Strange Days, Full English Cafe? You remember? Soma? And I said, yeah, yeah, yeah. And she said, I was there too. I said, where were you? She said, hiding down the back because I was afraid to speak. And I
Mm.
said, you'd never be afraid to speak. Always speak, because people are better at oppressing us than we are. We're our worst oppressors, you know. Let ourselves be free, and the other people can crush us and censor us and be horrible, but we're not going to be horrible. So she went away smiling. She brought her son up, and I said, what's his name? Nimbus Skywalker.
Mm.
Deliberately chosen name. And he was such a delight. He was racing around the venue, laughing, all the rest of that, with no fear in him at all. So a poet brings another poet into this world.
That's deep. That's deep. I like that.
Although the children of hippies become punks, the children of punks become stockbrokers, and the children of stockbrokers become hippies.
Mm.
Everyone. so so
That's really
I like the idea that we can at least be ourselves under the moon, because the moon is not as oppressive as the sun. The sun just beams down like a nuclear explosion. So this is called Missing My Moon Muse. Without night, no dreaming. Afternoon siesta too shallow, superficial. Morning light too sharp, brash, white. Only soft evenings, midnight to dawn, when moon muse can perambulate gently on. Moon river a swan, black or white, floating cloud on waters of remembering and forgetting. Dip into the lotus lake, underworlds await. Ferryman with pennies for your blind eyes. River Styx calls out for destinies to be foretold. Coins and moons and eyes and night and cold, all combine to illuminate each pilgrim's progress. You move, and this becomes a dance, Sufi dancing, heart with wings, spiraling, levitating, ascending. In this movement, motion comes night's devotion. All dreams are key to the unknown, the unknowing. This is why we dream. This is why we sing. Moon knows, approves of everything. There is no secret to this. Just simply beam.
oh.
You can come back now.
Whoop,
It's so
whoop,
wonderful.
whoop, whoop.
Yeah, now we're talking. Yes, 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 yes. And we do stimulus little workshops where a woman sends out a picture and we all respond to it. And someone's sending out one every day for National Poetry Month. And this is the one for April the 8th. She sent a picture out and I responded to this. The picture was of a Vietnam War memorial with flowers growing through it.
Mm.
Remembrance is everything. Flowers growing through gravestones, names of beloved missing, stories shared that change us, who and when and why, us. Always there will be loss. Remember us.
Mm.
And light within, for that light that dwells within us and is seen as light through eyes and smiles and happiness is not a drug, more a state of being, more than contentment, more than Zen. It is social, collective, individual. It shines as we shine. To be in the temple of one's skin, beaming, beatific. This adds to us. It compounds joy-filled relationships with loyalty, respect, mutuality. Once we respect ourselves, others come easier.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. Seems like we're freezing up. Thom. Oh.
Example assists us to find parents and grandparents worthy of emulation, peer groups of trust and dedication, elders and ancestors we can quote. Oh, they've taken our picture. Well, can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, you went
So,
out for a second. Hello?
whoa, come here.
Now you're here and you went out for a couple of seconds. Redo that poem if you
Okay,
don't
here
mind.
we go. It's
Okay.
called light within us. For that light that dwells within us and is seen as light through eyes and smiles and happiness is not a drug, more a state of being, more than contentment, more than Zen. It is social, collective, individual. It shines as we shine, to be in the temple of one's skin, beaming, beatific. This adds to us. It compounds joy filled relationships with loyalty, respect, mutuality. Once we respect ourselves, others come easier. Example assists us to find parents and grandparents worthy of emulation, peer groups of trust and dedication, elders and ancestors we can quote via their bright actions. Of course, you say, Tom, but this is a perfect world. It's not my life. Whoever you hang your hat upon, you are more with admiration and respect than fear and violence, more with honey than vinegar. Be that light you seek in others. Failure is always part of our learning, and we are always learning.
Oh, that was good.
I'm so glad.
That was great.
So,
So, Tom, what makes you happy?
everything. Breathing makes me happy. I love eating. I love sunshine, moonlight, friends. I love conversation very, very much. I love conversation, not monologue so much. I like colors. I love yellow, as you can see, and green, as you can see. Life colors. I like life itself. Oh, I got a poem about. If anything justifies life, it's life itself. Love and art and people fade oblivious. Depths of waters conceal no hidden meaning, then core affords, hollow and obvious, colored by moods, lost in logic's glance. We kill closed categories before we know it all. Why we're so imprisoned. Why are we so imprisoned? If images collide, knock against your walled life, if wings are clipped without your knowing, if reason fails for want of words, there is no cure. Find what you know, return to it. More is lost than is preserved. In your own rhythms, hold tight to those with whom you share your hopes, because a poem is just a small bird, delicate as a colored second. It flies like a kite, lives in your shadowed skin, dies when the light of day, sun, or words is cast upon to melt its meaning. We are, despite all, still alive. Joy in this above all things now. Can you sing with us? Can you sing? Can you sing? Can you sing? Ah,
That was
good
good.
idea. So
I like.
that's the start of what I like. I like my friend in England, Agnes Meadows. She did poetry in Syria and Palestine in war zones, and she wrote a poem, "You Are What You Hate." And I said, "No, no, Agnes, you are what you love," and we're
Mm,
both wrong. You are what you choose to relate to, whether it be hate, love, violence, fear, whatever it is you relate to. You are that.
mm,
You choose that. You choose singing and joy and podcasts. That's all good. That defines you. That refines you. But a lot of people don't know they're actively involved in the choosing every moment of their lives. They tend to think some master puppet is dictating everything around them.
mhm,
Ain't no master puppet. It's just us.
mm. Okay, that's good. That's pretty good. Uh, do you think that social media has harmed us
Yes.
as so far as communications,
Yes.
or does or does it help us because it connects people from all over the world?
The only thing it does is conquer distance. It does not give depth nor intimacy, nor does it allow us to actually be in each other's fully present. We're not actually in each other eye to eye. We're looking through a lens and they're looking through a lens. And you notice people in Zoom shows and that they're the same people all the time. And bit by bit, they give up and they leave. Whereas with live shows, the opportunity for the wild bird to wing in or the unknown to manifest itself, actually that makes it all worthwhile. So I think I told people I'm leaving Zoom as quick as I can get out of the room. I want to be live with people. I want to be in their presence, looking eye to eye and sharing lives together.
Hmm. I want to be live too, but COVID's still going on. So
I know, but I
I
took all
just
the
had
shots.
COVID in during the Christmas holiday. I caught COVID.
Oh, boy, you got late to get it, didn't you?
Yeah, I took, but I was being real careful. But
Yeah.
because it was Christmas, I let my guard down, and
Ah,
and I let my guard down on Easter too. But thank God, anything.
it happens. It happens. The
The
thing is,
COVID, I think
yeah,
I this is my opinion about social media.
sure.
I do think it does kind of stop us from communicating in a
Yep.
way. And I don't believe that everything you see, of course, is not genuine because people gonna put their best forward. They're not
Yeah.
We're not really showing who you are.
Correct.
You know, I try to be as real as possible, but everybody's not like that. They're only going to show the best of themselves.
Yeah, face fronts,
Right.
fake
It's
book.
it can be fake. However, I think during this time of COVID, I do kind of believe it can connect people because, a lot of people like me, I don't go in crowds anymore. I have stopped that. Only people I see are family members, and that's mostly, like my husband. I see him every day, and then occasionally my parents, and then my sister and her family. But outside of that, I don't really see people too often. So for like you, see, I'm seeing you. It's not in person. It is
No,
not in person,
no.
but I'm still connecting with you
In a way, I
in a
mean,
way.
we remember at Full English we used to laugh together, and it
Yeah,
was a
we
full,
did.
you have a beautiful laugh, and it's a full-throated living laugh, and you can't really do that on this thing because of the inhibitions of not just the media, but the fact that you are aware, too much aware of the other person. Whereas when we're together, it doesn't matter. We're right in each other's face, so we can actually see each other and lie to each other and enjoy that together, because of
Right.
hyperbole is part of the poet's tools, and storytelling, and they're part of our life. And this is a good thing you're doing. But I'm thinking about going out to Kenny Durham afterwards so that I can
Yeah.
hear the musicians. You
Yeah,
know,
you should. And that's something you should do. I really would like to meet up with everybody at a park because then we're outside and
yeah. We've
outside.
done. We did poetry in Hancock Park maybe a week ago,
Mhm.
for Earth Day preparation, and we're going to do poetry for Earth Day in that park as well. So I agree with you. Parks and gardens are absolutely good places and safe places. And there
Mhm.
were maybe 30 people at the presentation, and it was really good poetry, music, and stories about flowers and plants that are
Mhm.
edible and legal in this wonderful state we live in.
Mhm. Well,
So,
next time, well, I won't be here. So you said the next park thing is the 21st, you said?
no. Earth Day is on the 22nd of April. 22nd of April.
Mhm.
And they also have a thing at Houston Tillotson on that day, which is really, really good. And the big festival, the one to finish off National Poetry Month, is in Salado at the Table Rock Theatre from 2 till 9 in Royal Street, Salado. It'll be the launch of the 2023 Animal Tales Anthology.
Yeah.
And the theme is looking through the eyes of animals. So
Mhm.
you forget about who you are. You may think you're so good because you're so human, but we forget that trees have spirit, animals have spirit and consciousness, and we are looking through their eyes. So we've
Mm.
got an anthology of animal poems coming out on the day, and it's going to be all live. None of this broadcast anywhere.
Right,
We
right,
want, we want live people, right? And
right.
and there will be poets, musicians, artists, anyone that turns up, any age, all ages, and it will cost nothing. It will
Mm.
just cost our sweat equity. We start with a potluck. Everyone brings a plate. We all eat together, talk together, and then the poetry begins and doesn't stop for 6 or 7 hours. No breaks, full
Mm.
on. Good times, like the midnight to dawn we used to do.
Right. Well, I'm not sure if I'm gonna the one on the 22nd, I know I can't make because
No, that's all right. That's
I'll
just
be
it.
in Dallas, and so later I don't know.
Yeah, of course.
We're house hunting right now. I want to go.
Yeah.
I really
We
want
want
to go, but we're in the midst of trying to find a new place to live. I hate that I had to leave Austin,
but
but
everyone has to because no one can afford it. We're living in a parking meter.
yeah,
This
everybody see it.
Saturday is on at the new Round Rock Library, which is twice the size of the old Round Rock Library. So that's Poetry in Motion. So you have the 15th, the 22nd, and the 29th, where big poetry gatherings, I don't mean big, I mean like human beings live together in a
Mhm.
circle, listening to each other, all ages, and no charge, no money involved, just poetry, music, improvisations, laughter, goodwill, opera, and Janine's laughter. There it is. There it is. That's it. That was really good. That's the laughter we're looking for.
Do
Now,
you
full
have
throttle.
another a poem to close this out?
Yes, I'm happy to.
Okay.
It's called Oceans. Is it not cruel to ask that love should play your fool? Well, place your faith in foolish men, for I have fallen yet again. Are we not wise to scout for our advantage, not wait for weak nor blind, nor take precautions for a rainy day? Slim, solid knife thrust, slicing between the bone face, cuts between what we say we are and what we really are. To stand one to one with two eyes strong in the sun becomes one as no other does. It is good to be alone. To walk two by two, not arc-bound but evening, is a dream well within our crescented, pheasanted imaginations. To link arm to arm in common dreams, in ones, in twos, in millions, until then I will dream serene oceans.
Oh man, woo! Man, thank you, Tom, so much for joining me.
Thank you,
And the
Janine.
and the person that's in the chat, I don't know who's watching, but I thank you, and I hope more people will watch the playback because we didn't have too many come in tonight. But I'm hoping more people will watch it later.
Yeah.
And again, Tom, I thank you. And so peace and love. And Tom, stay on. I'm gonna
Okay.
end the broadcast and I'm gonna click off. Bye everybody. Till next time. Bye bye.